it's a pleasure here to have with me Dr. Turna. We know ourselves for a long time. This fireplace chat is an informal one, just to know about his successes in his career. It's about 30 years of career as an engineer. And first, just wanted to ask you if you could do a compact resume of your 30 years of experience in mechanical engineering, your successes during these years.
Well, thank you for having me. I graduated in 1990 from Technical University in Istanbul as a mechanical engineer. Made the master thesis after that, and then started with the doctor. But during all my studies, I was working part-time, undergraduate, graduate, and also during the doctor studies. So pretty much my mechanical engineering works at the university were market-oriented, kind of industry-oriented. I started as working as a design engineer at a company, Florian GmbH in Germany, where I designed landfill and biomass power stations associated with cogeneration, so combined heat and power plants, gas fueled, natural gas fueled, generating power and heat at the same time. With this decentralized power generation and power station design know-how, I later on penetrated into the large-scale power plants. Worked several years on the EPC side, engineering, design and construction side. While starting with 1998, I decided to work on the other part of the table, more on the investor side. So I became a CEO of a major IPP. And since then, I did that job. At the very early stage after graduation, I established already my own company, TES, which means Technologies for Eco-Friendly Energy and Sustainability. Kept it open all over my career while working for others. Altogether in these 30 years, I participated in projects in 52 countries and a total capacity of 101 gigawatt.
Always in the power industry.
Always in the power
specialty. From coal, coke, or renewable.
Natural gas, propane, LPG, butane, all type of fuels. Solid gas and liquid.
And you enjoyed all 30 years of experience?
Oh yes, I love my, let's say, education as a mechanical engineer, and also what I did in the market. It's pretty much kind of my hobby as well. I grew up my playground was the manufacturing sites of my father, who was a technician for refrigeration plants for the food and industry. And
he suggested you to
he didn't suggest. I did grow up with that.
Okay.
It's like you're the apprentice, he's the master. With my sixth year, I was already working together with him, welding, fitting things together, etc. So ultimately, it was kind of a natural evolution of going towards mechanical engineering.
When did you decide to go?
Oh, very early. Very early.
Meaning what?
Well, at primary school already.
Primary school? Yeah. You should be a mechanical engineer.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah. Why not a lawyer or
Well, I loved it very much. I still love it. So it's like you want to become a soccer player, you start very early. So
okay, that's good to hear.
Pretty much the same with me.
Yeah. So this is your father was your role model.
Definitely, yes.
Yeah. And it never crossed your mind any other profession besides this?
No, never.
That's very interesting. So, but if we go back 40 years, 30 years, would you have chosen the same profession?
30 years ago, yes. But today, if I would be as young as 18, just starting the university, maybe medical science would be.
Medical science, wow.
You know, as an engineer, always my target was to help people.
Okay.
And with machines, you can help them in an indirect way. But in medical science, it's a direct way of helping people, curing them, curing their diseases, whatever.
So the idea is helping people.
Yeah, true.
But mechanical engineering helps.
Definitely.
People also.
Yeah, with all the LCMS machines or whatever.
And medicine today without the engineering type of mechanical, there's lots of mechanical engineering going to medicine today.
Mechanical and electronics, of course.
Yeah, electronics, sure. But this is, you would have chosen today medicine, but not if you go back 30 years.
Right.
30 years you would have chosen the same thing.
Yes, definitely.
Wow, okay. And any regrets, 30 years of experience, any regrets?
Well, you know, I worked for larger scale power companies, either on the manufacturing side or on the EPC construction side or on the IPP side. My only regret would be that I have kind of a dynamo in my mindset that wants me to speed up and get fast results. If the rest of the company is not fast enough, then things get boring for me and I leave. So, you know, maybe I should be more patient with some of my former employers, but that's all. Other than that, in terms of technology, in terms of the markets I served for, great times.
Mm-hmm. What about the hobbies? What are your hobbies?
Well, I have two primary hobbies. Soccer playing. I played 1 year in my youth in one of Istanbul's larger football teams.
Oh, really?
And back in my
officially?
Yeah, but in
the junior
league, yeah.
Okay.
And then I was born in Germany, near Stuttgart, and in my childhood I started very early playing soccer in the soccer club nearby the town I lived. And since my 10th year, I'm playing guitar.
Yeah.
With 15, we had our first rock band playing, and 3 years ago, we made our 30th anniversary. So
you get it together.
Yeah, exactly. In the band. In 1990, we did split. You know, everybody went working or started his master study. So there was no more time for the music side. But then, just 3 years ago, with a concert, we made our comeback. And now once a year, we're doing a concert in Istanbul.
Wow. So a fulfilled experience. You are happy. Everything is what you expected. And the issue is, what do you think? Why there are fewer and fewer number of students going to science engineering in developed countries today?
Right. Oh, well, let me start with the second part of your question.
Okay.
Today, the youngsters they have got many other alternatives to get satisfied. In the past, there were not that many. I mean, there were the football clubs and sports clubs and then music clubs, arts clubs, etc. But nowadays, with all the media going on, engineering and science gets more and more boring for them. They have kind of saying that I live only once, so what to do with my life? Have fun and go on. I mean, I don't want to generalize this,
Oh,
but
okay.
I think this is one of the reasons. Once people get satisfied and saturated in their targets, they they are no more challenged. So this is what is missing. We need to challenge the young generation, and when they are getting challenged, then the natural way of human behavior comes back again. Because challenging emerges progress, and progress emerges innovation, etc., development.
And your children, what they want to be?
Oh, well, my daughter hasn't decided yet.
Okay.
She's now 14. My son is 7. He wants to be a soccer player.
Soccer player. Okay.
Yeah. And my wife gave birth recently, 8 weeks ago, on her second son, third child. So no way to communicate. We do not talk the same language at this point of time.
You probably should ask from myself, from my side.
Yes, please.
Well, interesting. So, but playing guitar, you still play at home, correct?
Yes. Yes.
So it's not one together with your band every year
No.
in anniversary.
True.
So why you feel playing guitars? What's the effect of the guitar in your?
Well, it is such a balancing event for me. When I'm very busy, I don't find much of time. The last 3 months, to be honest, very busy to gain progress in the markets, etc. But normally I would play, let's say, half an hour for myself every day, which in the evening especially, of course, which keeps my hands on track, because playing a musical instrument, it's a very jealous attitude. If you want to be jealous, I want to use that, because it doesn't allow you to do anything else. If you really want to be one of the best players, 8 hours a day. So I decided not to be one of the best players. So this is why I'm playing half an hour a day. Because it's like doing sports. When you lose your momentum, you lose your speed, you lose your power, etc. But mentally, it is a very balancing topic. And for me, it keeps me binded to my youth and childhood days in Germany, playing with my first friend there, making music, etc. And mentally very important.
Yeah, I remember in Hungary.
Right.
You were the one in the bar with people choosing which music we were going to play.
Yeah.
What was the music you suggested?
You too, I guess.
Oh, you too, yes. And who was the best singing? Zen Power?
Yeah, all right.
Yeah, no, it's very, very interesting to hear that music gives you also power.
Definitely. Yeah.
It's kind of energy.
Yeah, definitely.
You have an idea how this energy comes from music?
Right.
Just your personal opinion.
Neurologically, I do not know.
No.
But you concentrate on one topic. It's like when you're sleeping.
Yeah.
When you're sleeping, you're not interrupted by other influencers. You have just one event going on, that's your sleep, and then your brain starts to regenerate. And most of the ideas fall into my mind when I sleep, by the way. Which I learned to be, this is very natural in Stanford when I studied there executive education in 2015. In a course, one of the teachers there said that this is very natural. So it's the same with music. When I play and concentrate on the song, the sound, all the vibrations going on, etc. Mentally, it cures me. But then ultimately, at the same time, my brain continues working and generates new ideas, whatever it is.
But this is the same for everybody?
I guess so. I guess so.
So it's a specific help towards engineers and scientists, since they are the people that always work more than the others.
Yeah. Well, I can recommend it. Sports and music and in general arts.
In general arts,
Yes.
why?
Well, it is the balancing event that you're doing yourself. You're concentrating, with your mind, and your body is a part of it. So it's a curing and normalizing event. All is three: music, arts, and sports.
Oh, excellent. It's very distinct. We'd like to give you your example to others.
Okay, thank you. Sure.
And it's really a pleasure to speak with you. I enjoyed the conversation. Thank you again.
Thank you very much, Florian.
Thank you.
Thank you.